Amazing audience, we are live. We are in Maine, baby! That's fun, that's fun. So we are currently at course 93.1, Maine's course 93.1.
I love the way you say that.
Oh, you really? You could record me. Yeah, for sure, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Of course, because he just said that, you can well imagine he's the guy that does the intro in his program, right? Of course, right? But yeah, we're here live with Blake. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did that. Cool. Boom. And it's about to be fun. I'm about to ask him some questions. I'm not sure he's prepared for them, but life prepares you for things, right? So here we go, right?
Okay.
So please do tell me, which of your talents, if you could sum it up, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting at this specific time in history?
Oh, God. I mean, there are so many to sift through. I mean, I wanted to get into radio since I was a little kid. We still have tapes somewhere in here of me. I could probably pull it up, actually, if you want to hear it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
When I was 12 years old.
Oh, he's getting ahead.
Yeah. And here, well, I'll find that in a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like 12 years old, and I had set up a little thing with my friend, and we had like a CD player and a computer and like a karaoke machine microphone, and we would do our little radio show.
Yeah.
And we would record it onto tapes, and like that was what we did after school. Like other people would go to their soccer games, or like go to the beach, or like smoke pot. And
at 12?
Radio. Well, maybe not at 12.
Okay, I was just wondering, if the culture in Maine, I'm just wondering.
Let me be clear, I was doing this way past 12.
Okay.
Like when I was like 15, I had set up my little radio thing, and then eventually I got a job, and then got into it. And I did go to college, and I did a little TV stuff, but this is like, in here, this is like my happy place.
Who did you learn the skill of going after your dreams from?
Oh, well, I think my parents did a really good job of making it feel like and encouraging, if you were interested in something, do it. My dad, he did like a million different things. He made money doing construction, but his passions were like acting and cooking and all this stuff, and he did it. He was on like an extra on Saturday Night Live and stuff like that.
Wow.
He was in a couple movies and like theater, and then he was a cook at a restaurant, ran a restaurant for a while, and we were kind of taught that if you want to do something, do it. And if I didn't have that encouragement, I probably would have ended up working a normal job, probably making more money, but I wouldn't be nearly as happy. And my first job was doing magic tricks. That I should disclose that.
At what age?
5.
Oh my!
So, well, no, I didn't get paid till I was 10.
So you did it for 5 years?
Yeah.
And didn't get paid?
And didn't get paid. It was free labor.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I was really shy before that, and I thought I didn't like getting up, and I didn't even like answering questions in class.
Yeah.
And then someone gave me a magic kit, like an aunt or something gave me a magic kit, and I learned how to do these little tricks, like card tricks and little, like small sleight of hand stuff.
Yeah.
And then I did a magic show for my kindergarten class, and then that kind of brought me out of my shell and gave me some confidence, and then that sort of, it's addictive, like that making someone laugh and seeing them be entertained. I think it is addictive.
It is addictive.
And then radio, what's weird about that though is that radio, you don't see the response, like there's no one here to laugh at us. So if we say something funny, we may find it funny, but like if you're performing on stage, you get an immediate response, and radio doesn't have that. But for some
is that a
reason,
good thing?
Well, sometimes it's not. I mean, some of the jokes I tell, if I heard a whole audience be silent afterwards, that would be hard.
Yeah. I just did that
just
purposefully.
Like
It was purposefully. I just love it. Yeah. All right. So, what is one other thing you've done consistently over the last 3 years? It could be other than radio. It could be other than radio.
Drink wine.
Okay. How does that make you feel?
A little buzzed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of wine? Dry wine?
I've found a love for natural wine,
okay.
And it's mostly because of one wine store that I go to, and their whole thing is about natural wine. And I'm saying this, acknowledging that I don't really know much about wine, except that I like it.
Yeah.
and then sometimes I can figure out like what I like or don't like. But the thing that I've fallen in love with, not so much the taste, is like the stories and the history that comes along with each bottle.
Yeah.
A lot of these are like family vineyards, and they put it at this part, and it doesn't face the wind. But then they also have these vines in this other area, and the soil's so different that it does this differently. And they discovered that when he was with his grandfather. And there are just so many stories behind it that it's cool to, you know. Yes, it tastes good, but there's something else to connect that human to human kind of history and connection that I'm sure you.
I love. You could see my eyes like lighting up, like yes, there's hope, there's more of me, right? Why would you suggest to someone that's listening out there that they do what you've done by combining the aspects of life that make you happy first, right? And as well ensuring that other people are happy?
Oh, yeah. Happiness is contagious, and so is the opposite. So if you're a negative person, that spreads really fast. And positivity is just as contagious. So like it's hard sometimes doing our show because we try to be topical and talk about what's going on in the world. And a lot of that in the past few years especially has been negative, you know, and I mean, well, really, in human history, there's always been something negative.
Yeah, it sells better. I'm just saying.
Well,
it does sell.
It's like how a lot of people, I think, have been frustrated no matter what side you're on politically. And I think people come to us to identify, relate, but sometimes to escape. So we have to kind of remember that there may be some really serious stuff in the news that sometimes people come to us to forget about that for a few minutes and just laugh.
Yeah.
So we try to kind of maintain like a positive spin on things. And if we're having fun, other people are having fun, and that's not just on the radio. Like that translates to life. You know, you could have a cubicle job, and if you hate it and you're negative, that's contagious. If you go to that job and find something really fun about it every day, it's just as infectious as doing a radio show.
Yeah, love that. All right, again, we are at course 93.1. Blake, let me get you in the frame a bit more. Yeah, there he is. He's real. It's not half a guy, right? There he is. Let's switch gears for a moment, and let me invite you now into my imaginary time machine that is surrounded, if you could imagine with me, beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water.
Yeah.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory? It's probably playing with my grandfather's glasses. He died when I was like 2 or 3. Poppy, we called him.
Right.
And he was my dad's dad, and he was would kind of shuffle around and had a full head of hair at like age 70, but wasn't doing well health-wise and kind of had this gruff voice.
Yeah.
And I remember that, and I remember sitting on his lap, and he had I don't know what you'd even call him, but it was like a chain that would attach to his eyeglasses, and then there was like this metal chain. And I remember being fascinated by the metal chain and like playing with the metal chain.
That's amazing. How old do you think you were?
I was like 2.
Why do you think that memory is so clear?
Well, I think partially because I've seen photos of us together.
Makes sense.
There's not a photo of that particular moment, but I remember that moment.
If you had to connect that memory to who you are today, does it connect?
Well, I had LASIK eye surgery, so
okay.
I don't have glasses.
Oh, sweet.
But,
yeah, that's sweet.
No, I think I mean family has always been a positive impact.
Here we go. He's opening up.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Yeah.
I love the idea of the opportunity to reframe your viewpoints. Yeah. And that some people have them chained to their necks.
Yep. But
how you removed yours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's deep.
If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Well, I loved music. Okay, well, here's the thing. I had on our radio show, my 12-year-old radio show, which I would play the
12-year-old, right.
I was 12,
right.
Yeah. It wasn't a real radio show. This is recorded on a cassette tape
in
a dingy bedroom, you know.
Yeah. Cassettes, folks, for those that are listening, are things like CD players that we used, right? There was an A And a B-side,
This
right?
is the only one
Oh
that
my
exists in the building.
gosh!
And this is how we got some of the tapes on. So
Yeah.
if you're under like, I don't know, 25, the cassette would go in here, and then you'd have to go like that.
Yeah.
And then if it wasn't at the right place, you would have to what's called rewind. Okay, and it would do that, and then you could play it.
Yeah.
And then when it was over, you didn't just go, oh, let me hit the repeat button and listen. You had to rewind and wait for it, and then play, and then it was the middle of the song.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it was recorded onto a cassette tape, and at the time we played. Like my friend's little sister had songs like Barbie Girl. I did love that song.
Right.
And a good Spice Girl song.
Right.
I love Spice Girls. But my music at the time was influenced by my parents, which was like Elton John and Billy Joel.
What's one song? What's the name of one?
Probably Piano Man.
All right, cool, wonderful.
Yeah.
It's amazing how things connect, though. When we were here just before we started recording, you were telling Amanda how, you know, it's just like I say, it's like the keyboard. Once you learn the keyboard, it's okay, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Things can always connect, right? Fascinatingly enough, right?
Yeah.
All right, we've arrived at our destination, right? But before we get off of this imaginary time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. You can't say pass, right?
Oh,
okay. You should see his
like
face, folks. Yeah, you should see his face. His face. Have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Huh. You mean like radio skills?
I would say anything that comes to your mind. I don't get to say.
That's an interesting question. I think there are a few people in this setting who I meet who one in particular, this former intern of ours, who I kind of am like, you know what, you get it. And so, you know, they're someone who I'll talk to about how this stuff works and all that. You know what, I guess I probably see it more as a gay person with gay issues and gay history and coming out and stuff. I think that's where I pass more things on. Like I'll speak to youth who have come out, or you know, who are having trouble coming out, and I think that I probably pass on more knowledge and understanding in that realm than I do in radio stuff. Just because it's like I've been there, and I was lucky enough to like I said, have a family that was very supportive and loving, and be able to, you know, be who I am and be honest and, you know, 100% open about that. And have support, and you know, not everyone has that, so to be able to pass on what it feels like to have that is sometimes helpful to people. You know, back to that, you know, contagious thing.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, he's connecting everything. Like, he's running the show. Come on. Are you married? Are you married?
Married?
Yeah.
No.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Do I believe in God? I believe in a version of God that I think most religions don't describe.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yeah, maybe 3 hours a week.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer?
Oh,
Is it
I'm
more
on my
than
phone
8?
way too much.
Yeah, I've had one person so far who has said no, like, to that question.
They were lying.
Maybe not, no. I don't think so.
No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
There's Eva in the background commenting.
Yeah.
Eva, this is not your interview. Blake and Eva are a team, and they do, they're an amazing team. All right. If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Blake Hayes, what would you say that is?
Oh, God, that's like to narrow it down to one thing? You mean about who I am or what I stand for?
Which would you rather?
You know what? I would say be real and be honest.
Yeah.
Because even though you can't be nice all the time, but you can try. And you can't be negative all the time, but you can try.
Yeah.
You can be real and you can be honest.
Love it.
I think if people live who they truly are and are willing to have difficult conversations based on facts, then I think we'd be in a much better situation in the whole world. I think a lot of people hide behind things, and a lot of people put up walls, and if you just live who you are and also accept other people for that, and again, based on things that are honest and true, I think the whole world would be better off.
Yeah, I agree with you, my friend. This has been fun. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, I'm really flattered to be a part of this. I think you're doing something awesome.
Thank you.
How about you can listen to our podcast? It goes
Oh, Eva wants me to give a plug. Okay, this is like...
Eva is plugging the guy to plug the show.
Oh, I was going to play my tape.
There we go.
Okay, here you go. This was our slogan when I was a little kid. I'll put it near my mic so you can hear it. So this is me at age 12, okay? Before this booming voice came out.
This booming voice.
Yeah. With my slogan of our fake radio station.
The oldies, the newies, all the goodies right here on 89.5. Your place for good music.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for being on what is inspired by 12-minute convos with Angel
Yes.
Jones. Yeah?
Thank you. It's great
Wonderful.
to meet you.
Same here. Boom! He's amazing.